back. So I'm trying to keep you close enough, but far enough away where you can see everything. So this is what we're doing. We started this yesterday. And ta-da! So what I'm going to do is just look it over, make sure we don't have no hard undercuts, and that we are able to mold it. Okay. Everything seems to look okay, so we're going to find out when we start molding this bad boy. So what I'll probably do is I'm going to mold this tonight, and oh yeah, thank you, man. Thanks, Josh. What's up, Josh? Yeah, man, I need a success on this for sure. I think she's about ready to mold, so everything looks pretty good on it. Just doing a little last minute stuff on it before I really actually get into it. So it looks like I might need some in this undercut right here. Some of that. So let me get my clay and we'll put some more in that bad boy. This is why it's always good to go back and check your work. Make sure you don't have a lot of undercuts in here that you'll never be able to get your mold out. Or your latex, whichever. If you can get your mold out, then your latex should come out okay. But if you got too hard of undercuts, you can screw yourself. So we're just trying to make sure we ain't gonna do that. There might be a spot there. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it looks too bad there. So now we're just getting the water ready to mix up with some Ultra Cow. First, we're gonna put some Vaseline around this rim. Just so it doesn't stick to the wood as much. Y'all let me know if the quality's okay. We are kind of in the old kitchen part, so I figured I'd move it in here. We got a 5-foot table by 8 foot, so it's been a little easier to pour this on a bigger table and easier to clean up. This ultra cow I got last year, I got about 600-700 pounds of it, and it got a little moisture in it, so you can feel the kind of little gritty sand in it. So it's not at its 100%. You can see the little grits in it. So try to put it in a nice dry spot so you don't get all the little grits in it. It won't hurt it too much, but just keep that in mind so you have some nice powder. It's getting there. So how I like to pour mine is, if you can still see bare in your hands, I want it thick enough where it's not like slowly running off my hand, but I still want it thick enough where it's not nasty, watery like. So, hey Ray, the quality of the video is clear. Awesome. Hey, Den Mother, how you doing? We're gonna get it. I don't know if I'll pull this apart tonight on live. Hopefully I can. It doesn't take long for it to set up, but as far as pouring a latex, maybe that'll be a tomorrow project that we can see how the final product, as far as the latex coming out of it, works. Then once we get it poured up and everything, then we got to figure out a couple color schemes or something to paint everything. So it'll be interesting to figure out. Figure some black and dry brush and some grays and whites, and then we'll come in with the guts and make them a reddish color or something like that. Just something you have to play with. You make a couple of them, play with it, and see what it comes up like. She's getting there. She's starting to get pretty thick, so it's still feeling pretty good. Digging some of them big chunks out. She's about there, just a little bit more away. All right, she's pretty good right there. Break up the little snots. Let me go get my shifter and see if I can't make it a little bit less gritty. All right. See if this works or not. Yeah, it works a little bit. Need bigger holes. All right, so we're gonna pour this on there. She's starting to set up, so just let it set up a little bit, let it get warm. Depends on what you're doing, so we're gonna start pouring it on here. And we'll probably have to put a couple layers of this on there just to make it thick enough not to bust on us. Oh yeah, she's setting up on me quick. Get her out here. So once this stuff starts kicking, it kicks pretty fast. So this is going to be a success or a fail video. She's setting up on me quick. Okay, that's as far as we can go with that bucket, so I'll have to mix up some more and pour another layer on here. Alrighty. We're gonna dump this a little bit out, then we'll come back and throw some more on there and mix some more up. So, twing. Doing great. Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah, this room in here is pretty clean. The back is clean. This is clean. We're working on the bathrooms. We still got to do a little drywall in the bathrooms yet, but for the most part, we try to keep it fairly clean. But we do a lot of cleaning. So let me dump this out and we'll make some more. Alrighty. So we'll make some more. Add some more water and stuff and put some more Ultra Cal in there. Let's try it again. for 50 pounds. So you don't want to ruin it, or if you don't have to. Like I said, I got a lot of chunks of sand in here because how I laid all of my Ultra Cow out. The building had a leak in it, but it just leaked underneath and it drawed the moisture from underneath. So that's why you want to keep it in a driest place as you can with minimal moisture. Nothing else, we're gonna have a lot of lumps in there. That'll just add to the creakiness to it, right? So sometimes things will mess up in the mold and you're trying to do something, but sometimes the stuff that you make ends up being better than once it's messed up than it was in the original. So don't be disheartened if you got something messed up in there or whatever. You can always go back and fix it if you need to, or however you want to do it. But you can see all this sand and sandy chunks I'm pulling out of here. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but you got to do it. You don't have to get it all out, but you want to get most of it out. I like watching paint dry. We're almost there. Should be enough there. Yeah, it's nice and thick there. As we got a big area here, we'll pour some of this on. So we'll let it set up a little bit in the bucket, and as soon as it gets to the right thickness, we'll start pouring it on here. So whatever you do, don't try this at home. I'm not an expert. Ed Edmonds on Monsters on distortions. He's got a tutorial on how to mix this up, and you can go over and check out his stuff if you want to see how you make a good mold. And he does pretty good. There's all kind of different people making ultra cow molds, hydro cow molds, or whatever. But find your favorite YouTuber or whatever, and go in there and watch them show you how to make this. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I have made a few molds, and sometimes I wonder if my stuff's going to turn out or not. So I'm not afraid to try it. So you can only fail at it if you try it, and if you don't try it, then you don't know if you can do it or not. So. But hopefully we'll have a successful mold. Kind of like playing in mud pies when you in the mud puddle when you was a kid. Alright. So you don't have to make these really, really smooth or anything. Just clean up best way you can. And we're going to give this another coat. Make sure we have a strong shell because it's going to be heavy anyway. So we want a strong shell so we can ensure that we don't bust it right off the bat. You don't want it very thin. So with it being this big, what I might do is I might take some gauze or some, that's what I'll do. I'll take some burlap. We'll put a layer of burlap on this. That way we have a good strong mold. And that's what we'll do. So let me get cleaned up here and go get the burlap. And whatever you do, don't wash your hands in the sink like I'm doing. So the next coat we'll put it on a little wet, make it pretty. Let's see. Mashed taters. Who's got mashed taters? Close encounters of the third. Oh, okay, I'm missing some here. Close encounters. You know, the wind's blowing in here a little bit, but it's been 85 plus today. It's been, well, maybe not 85, but it's been hot today. Yeah, Friday's still here. Yes, Ray, it is chunky. Let's see. Yes, it is a little chunky because, like I said, this stuff where I stored it at wasn't exactly really nice and dry, so it did get some moisture in it. That's why I'm picking out the little stuff in it. But this one here, we'll put a skim coat on this with some burlap to make sure we have a good strong mold here. So let me go clean this bucket out again and get that burlap and come back and do it again. Hang tight. Alrighty. So I think it was guessing it's going to be about 65 pounds. 65 pounds? We done past 65 pounds. All right, so what I get, so I get this stuff from Home Depot, and it's just like weed barrier stuff. But I tell you what, this makes a good, strong barrier on your mold. So, like that film on that other third layer. You know, John, I was thinking about that. Me and Cobwebs was talking about that earlier because I'm gonna have to figure out how to turn this thing over on its top, and of course we got this little hump right here, so we're gonna have to figure out. We're gonna have to build this section up here past this skull part. That thing's warm. Take my time with it. So, if any of you is close by and want to come and help me take it off the table when it's done, I'll take your help. All right, so I'm just gonna roll some of this out. Always has some nice doll scissors to cut with. Better. Sweet. All right, so now we got that. Now we'll take this and put our next layer of UltraCal on there. Maybe. So we just cleaned this floor today, so I guess we're going to clean it again. Where'd it go? £160? It might be that light. I can tell you this, we've already used over 50 pounds. So it doesn't mean it all in there, but we've already used over 50 pounds. So it might not be too bad until I start building it up so be able to sit on it there. I might have to mix up some more for that too, to kind of build a little structure there to make it level up, to put some latex in it. Now, your sand and stuff on, kind of like the last layer, really don't matter on the last layer because it's not really touching your molds, your skulls. It's too expensive to throw away. Now, if I was making an intricate piece or something like that, then I would definitely shift it through it, or get some newer stuff where it's not got the little sand pieces or whatever in it. So. Does have a lot of sand in the little chunk. Little chunks, it's hard to, you can break it up in your hand if you want to sit there and got time to do it. But with this stuff setting up really quick, you don't have time to do that. I don't make too many small molds. Most of my molds are kind of big and heavy. For some reason, I don't do too much small stuff. I got a few small things, but I like to do bigger stuff. I'm blind as a bat, so it helps me see whenever it's bigger, I guess. It's a little bit more thin, and you definitely want to use the burlap or something. This ultra cal is pretty strong by itself, but you will be digging and dangling this big heavy thing around, so it's always good to put, I put some of this in there, or just something that, you can even use chicken wire if you wanted to. But just kind of make it, good and strong, hold it all together. Okay. Just a little bit of this on there. It won't take long for this to set up on me. Get nice and wet and rub it into your stuff below. Rub it into your, your mold that you already poured up there below. That helps bond it together. So another good thing about this area too is I have an exhaust fan here, so if I did too much ultracount, it was real dusty, I can turn that exhaust fan on and suck it outside. So it's kind of a little blessing there that we have. I'm surprised the thing still works. It's just starting to get a little thicker. It's where we want to get. So if this don't turn out, we're gonna have one heavy lump of junk sitting out there somewhere. We'll put it out there we're gonna put the ramp in for the forklift and everything. And we'll use it for fill if it doesn't turn out. Right. So now I think I'm gonna go find me some kind of a board or something, then put on this bad boy, then we'll fill it in with, I got an idea. So what I'm probably gonna do is just, cut me like a 12 by 12 and build me a little box and set it on there, then fill that up with Ultra Cal. And I can just set it up on there or I can just Ultra Cal it in, however I wanna do it. Might save on the heaviness. Let me see what we got going here. What did I miss? Hey, Monster Moore. What's up, brother? What's up, brother Cobwebs? I wonder where Dave's at. Dave's probably sitting in his chair in his panties. All right, let me go cut me a little section here and see what we're going to do with that. Oh, la 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 la. So here's my trusty measurement and didn't measure it. And so let me go screw this all together. So none of this is cut perfect or nothing, so I just wanted enough to make me a little platform for that thing. And of course my battery's going dead, I believe. Oh, look at that, nice and crooked, just the way I like it. Oh, look there, nice and twisted, crooked, twisted. Isn't that perfect? That's how you do things. thing's about dead. So there we go. Ooh, doggy. That's still not enough. Probably needed to be like up in there. This seems awful. Okay, so let's scrap that, and what we'll do is we'll just build one after we get it done. We'll put I got some crates, the Home Depot carts. I got some of those, so I'll just build up a little thing on there, and we'll hopefully put that on there somehow or another. Do. Oh. Okay. She's pretty hot. We'll break it off of there. So with this stuff, guys, it don't take long for it to set up. It's set up on you quick. No, that thing is heavy. Okay, I might have to get a hammer. Oh yeah. As soon as you cut plastic, great. Okay. Let me go get a little thingy-mabob and start frying this thing up around the edges there, and by that time she should be able to turn over. I hope. So if you guys wonder where I'm going, I'm gonna walk all the way to the front of the garage to get tools. So this is what I'm just gonna pry. I'm just gonna pry the edges up. You're gonna have some breakage on this because it's thin, but don't worry about it. You'll be fine. There she is. She's loose. So I'm gonna guess this thing's probably at least 100 pounds, I guess. It probably ain't no 100 pounds. Whew. There she is. This is going to be the pain in the butt to try to get out of, I'm sure. Because not only do I have to break it loose, I have to pull it loose from all the skulls and stuff. So I might have to end up cutting that out of there. Yeah, that's going to break that. So I might have to end up cutting this out of there. Let's get a saw. Hope it works. Hope it works. Yeah, I got a chunk out. It's cut in smaller pieces. Who's ignoring you? I'm sorry if I'm ignoring you guys. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Try the screws. Yeah. They're in some screws to pull on the pliers. Yeah, pretty good. So I'm pretty sure this is the proper way to demold something. It's actually molded out pretty good, I think. All right, we'll cut some of this. Make it easier. Got the Vaseline on it. Okay. So I got a few hard places here. This is that rigid foam with them skulls, so I'll definitely have to pick those out. As far as the other stuff, the great stuff is coming out pretty good. I'll pick up most of that, then we'll get into them skulls. So far, everything's looking pretty good on the soft foam part. I've only had a couple pieces that's really in there really good, but I don't think it's in there that bad that I can't get it out. There we go. See, yeah, came out. So we'll work on getting this soft foam out of here, and we'll work on getting the rigid foam skulls out of here. So if you're wondering why some of your props are so expensive, this could be why, because it takes a lot to, just say we got 6, 7, 8. So we got about 6, 7, 8 skulls in this here. So each time you pour, you got to buy the mold or make a mold of your own, pour up these rigid foam skulls or soft foam or whatever you want to do. Then you have to make the whole pattern first, then you got to destroy it afterwards. So it's kind of a, you're going to have an investment in making something, then molding it, versus you just buying the piece from it. So it will get expensive if you're doing it for a hobby. And if you're wondering why everything's expensive from the prop makers, well, you spend a lot of money on foams and stuff like that, so it gets pretty expensive. Okay. See, y'all watching this in real time, it doesn't get edited down to 15, 20 minutes like it does on a regular channel. So you can really get the full effect on how long it takes to make some of this stuff. Goes for the hammer. So, y'all talking about the wet clay, like the little pieces that I use, sometimes I'll salvage it, and I will use it for, like fill in or something like that. Sculpting with it, I probably wouldn't sculpt with it again, but you can use it on, little stuff that, like, filling in these spots on this, around these, skulls and stuff like that, you'll be fine with that. There we go. So once we get all this cleaned out, we'll take a water hose to it and get all the particle junk out of it and whatnot. And get it cleaned up, and we'll let it sit overnight or so to let it cure, and then we'll pour up some latex in it. So with this one here, that being so heavy, I'm probably not gonna pour 5-gallon latex in there and try to dump it. What I'll do is I'll just brush on latex. Everybody go to bed yet? Hey, if you guys, let me know in the comments if you like these kind of lives where I'm doing stuff. Give me a time that you like to do it. I have a lot of stuff I would love to show you. Some of it's boring stuff, like me cleaning up outside today, and but there's so much that you can share with everybody. All the stuff that you do. As far as making stuff, it's not just there you go. There's a mold. I mean, there's 10,000 other things that you could do as well. So if you like seeing that kind of stuff, I wouldn't mind doing it. If you rather watch these lives than the regular videos, I'll do more lives. It's just it's a little easier for me. I don't have to do a bunch of editing. And I can't lie to you this way. If I edit, I can lie and tell you, yeah, everything went perfect, went peachy. Then this way you get to see it live and in action of if it came out okay or if it didn't. so far it's all looking pretty good. A few places where I can go in and get my picking tools and clean up the detail and stuff like that. But other than that, it's not looking bad. So once we get this cleaned up and poured up and make a latex thing of it and foam fill it. So with this, you want to use soft foam. Don't use no rigid foam, or it'd be like you are now. You're not going to get it out of the mold without a lot of tearing up. So keep that in mind. Then I could probably put a price on, with the kind of the materials it took me to make this thing. Just makes it easier to price something. Once you got it all completed, then you say, okay, I need to sell it $100 because you got, $50 worth of material or whatever in it. Then got to account for your time. Those pouring these up with latex, it ain't like it's gonna take you 10 minutes and you're done. You gotta dwell it. So you gotta dwell it for, I dwell mine for about an hour or so. Then you gotta dump it out. And if you're brushing it, it's gonna take even longer because it's just a longer process to brush it. But anyway, it's just one of those things that I think in the end, it's gonna look pretty cool. And we're gonna try to make it affordable for you guys if you want a barrel topper, and make it affordable for you guys to purchase. And if you want a blank one, you're able to get a blank one and just you can foam fill it yourself, or you can do whatever you want to with it and paint it yourself. So we'll have that option as well as the option to, if you want me to foam fill it and paint it and all that stuff. Or if you want me to just go, I'm not a great painter, but okay. So far, it's looking pretty good that I can tell. That's not looking bad. So my website should be up and ready to go by hopefully by the time we go to MHC, and I'll have a bunch of products on there for sale because I'm still getting that work on and getting pictures and prices and stuff like that. So I am not hitting the mold with this. I know how thick these skulls are, so I'm just going into the skull. So. So, Miss Edie, if you're still on here, you show your husband that, hey, they don't stay clean all the time. There we go. That's almost the whole thing out of there. Awesome. Yeah. We can probably keep that and make something out of it, make another mold with it. Might be an idea. If you guys haven't seen Cobwebs and Candlesticks, the last video, you better go watch it. Watch it after this video, of course. But go watch it. And he's giving away 4 heads. They're pretty freaking cool too. My ghost rod. So you definitely don't want to miss that. All you gotta do is comment on that video, and he'll enter you in it. And maybe you'll win a head, creepy head from Ghost Ride. If you guys are new here, if any of you guys are new here, you guys know that me, myself, and I, along with Cobwebs and Candlesticks and Dave the Weird Kid, we all make up the Trio of Terror Facebook group. And you're always welcome to come in there. And if you're always doing a project like this, by all means, share it on there. If you got a YouTube channel, reach out to us and we'll help you support that too. No, come on, bad boy. There we go. Whew. I actually have a skull almost exactly like that. A real one. I'm sure most of you guys know Hollywood Haunter too. Man, those folks do some amazing stuff over there. So you definitely want to go subscribe to their channel as well, because they do a lot of foam building, and Chris is very talented in building and carving and stuff like that, and Gina. Just whatever. I mean, they do some awesome work over there. So go check those guys out. Subscribe to their channel for sure. If you don't subscribe to mine, subscribe to theirs for sure, because they got some awesome stuff. I'm just learning. I'm still learning. This is only like I think me, Cobwebs, and Dave met a couple years ago. Doing this for a couple years. I think we're going maybe into our third year on this. So we still new. We're greenhorns. But the thing is, we're not afraid to try it. We'll jump in there and see what we can do. And if it's a fail, we'll let you know. Hey, it was a fail. Or nothing that we have is a secret either. If you want to know, we will tell you how we did it, the materials that we used. Some people wants to keep things secret. We're not, man. We want you to be successful at making stuff. Because that's how we had to do it. We had to ask 1,000 questions on how to make it, and you don't always get every detail, so you have to go in and just kind of start somewhere and do it until try it and see if it comes out. And if something went wrong, then you do it again, or ask questions. Another great guy is Rob Kaboski. If you guys don't know him, I'm sure you do. He makes all kind of creepy stuff for the film industry, and if you've got a question, don't be afraid to reach out to him. He's a good guy. He'll, if he's not busy in a film or something like that, he will answer your questions on how he did something. Now, some things he's not going to tell you, and there's a good reason why, is because it's not the safest thing in the world to do, how he's done it or whatever, but he will give you good insight and, a good place to start at and stuff like that, which I understand. Some things are pretty freaking dangerous, and if you get hurt by telling somebody something, then somebody want to see you told me wrong, or whatever it may be, but you know how it goes. But he's a real good guy, so if you need to know anything, just ask him. He's pretty open about things. So. But he does the real hard, heavy duty movie magic stuff, so he's really good at that kind of stuff. I do not do much silicone, other than silicone molds maybe, but he's freaking awesome at it. He's an awesome artist, and that's what he does. He's good at it. Rob Kaboski, very, very cool guy. There's a lot of cool people out there. You just gotta find them. Just ask questions and go for it. This one might be the hardest one down here. That's what you get for stabbing you're hitting rock, so it kind of hurts. I need to get me a ambulance. Grimwood Hollow. Yeah, Grimwood Hollow is another guy you want to check out. He's got some good stuff. Yeah, Cobwebs, I'm glad you're in here because you know everybody I know. And start shouting people out for me. Yes, I remember you guys if you're talking to me. Miss Edie. You guys has been with us pretty much from the beginning. Can't forget you. Art Lady Blunzer, I think is Miss Edie. Put your YouTube on there. I suck with names, so. Yeah, if you guys have a YouTube channel, throw it up there. Share it. If you got a Facebook page or something like that you want to share it. Yeah, you won't hurt my feelings none at all. The bad thing about this stuff, guys, the YouTube thing, is like if you do it live, I will not be able to see your messages fully until tomorrow. So I won't be able to see your message fully until tomorrow for some reason. And it won't let me reply to them after it's all said and done. So guys, trust me, man, I read every stinking one of my messages. I might not be able to reply to them, but I do read them. And if I can remember on the next live stream, which probably ain't gonna happen, I'll try to get to it. But or if it's something that you want to know, just holler at me on Facebook, and I'll be glad and happy to tell you what. If you need to know a name of a product or where I got a product at or whatever it may be. As far as that goes, you can ask myself, Cobwebs and Candlesticks, and Dave the Weird Kid. All of us shop pretty much the same place. If not, they're selling the same product somewhere else, but you get the gist of it. It's almost out of there. This is the last one up in there. Woo-hoo. So the good thing about this UltraCal is it sets up really hard, really quick. So you shouldn't have too much trouble with, very much breakage on it. Maybe if you got a thin spot somewhere, like around here, that might break off somewhere, but we can always go back and clean some of this up, get rid of some of the outer ledge of that or whatever. But this stuff, if you got a good thick, you should be good. Okay. So I'm thinking this might be a pretty good successful pull once we get the latex in it and stuff it out. I think it might be okay. I'm gonna say it's probably 60, 65 pound. So it's not bad. So there we go. There's our mold. I'm gonna get my picks and pick out a couple little places that I can't get with the other thing. And other than that, this fairly came up pretty clean. Maybe a little clay here and there, but we'll take it and we'll take it outside and we'll wash it up real good and get all the nasty out of it, and then let her set up and dry, and hopefully it pours a barrel topper tomorrow. Ooh, what a mess. So I had to go get me some picking tools. So to answer your question on will I use a high pressure hose? No. If you use a lot of clay, sure, you want to get that clay out of there, because if you don't, that clay will act as a barrier against your UltraCal and it won't allow your latex to soak in. So we have very limited clay in this, and so no, I will not use a high pressure hose on this. It'll just be, a regular water hose. Get the stuff cleaned out of it. So I'm just going around stuff that was hard to get out with that other thing they stuck in there pretty good. Nothing's really picking out some of the bad as far as any real hard undercuts that I see. So that's good. So I think we might be okay on the mold. If it works out pretty good, I just became an expert, just so you know. I became an expert on mold making, and I don't know where that's going to get me, but so what I'm doing now is I'm just cleaning up around a nose on one of the skulls, because it's got a bunch of gunk in it. I'm just trying to get that cleaned out so we don't have, it stuck in our latex or screw with our detail. Like that. So I made that barrel topper, I don't know, this is one of my videos. I guess I made it a year or so ago, year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. I made that barrel topper and it just sat around. It's been beat up and banged up outside, and we had it in a haunt this year, and I'm like, man, that thing's still kicking pretty good. Let me go ahead and just try to mold it, because the older it got, the cooler it looked. So that's what we did tonight. And if it turns out pretty good, I'll have these at MHC. So, Cobwebs will be there with a 30-foot booth. It's going to be pretty cool. Once I get everything situated around in there and get the coffins made and stuff, I will probably walk you all through what I'm doing, how it's going to look. And I know it's kind of hard to visualize somebody else's vision until you actually see what they're doing. It makes it a little tough sometimes to see somebody's vision. But of course, it'll probably end up changing in the middle, like usual. Woo-hoo. What that stuff is, it's gunky. Oh, it's a piece of chuck blood. I just tore off a piece of chuck blood. Okay. Just look at it. Would you look at it? Look at it. So there we go, guys. That is our barrel topper. I think it's going to turn out pretty cool. Oh, look here. I got a break. So I've got a break in my barrel topper. Ain't that a mess? So I have a crack right here that goes down inside of it. So what we're going to do So we're going to fix that tomorrow. I will take and put some more Ultra Cal around this back part here to hold that down so it will further break on me. But yeah, it's broke. The rest of it looks good. All right, so we have this one section here that's broke, and we will fix that tomorrow with more Ultra Cal. So don't get discouraged if you break your mold. If you're able to fix it, go for it. And once we get it back down, if you get it like that, you can't see where it's cracked. So that's good. So we'll turn this sucker upside down tomorrow, and we will put some more Ultra Cal in there and make it stronger and fix that crack. Fix the crack. So I see a few more little places I got to dig out that, like I had the chunk blood in there. That's little stuff that you need to get out, because if you don't get it out, your stuff will not cure. Your latex will not get sucked in by the Ultra Cal. So keep it in mind. Pick out as much stuff as you can. Take it outside, wash it out. Even a power washer probably won't take some of this stuff out, especially if you're not using clay, but you get little chunk stuff like that from an old prop that you build or whatever it is, maybe a piece of plastic, or it could be a number of things. So keep that in mind. Wash it out, and it'll give you a good white thing to look at. Then that way you can go back in and you can pick out anything that you see that you don't want in there, like a foreign piece that will stop your latex from dwelling. Like if I would spray this down with a clear coat or something like that, forget it. Your latex will never dwell in it no more. So you gotta be careful with putting anything on, like Vaseline. I don't mind putting it on the outside or around the rim. I will not put it inside just because it'll probably come out, but if it soaks into your casting, your dwell, because this mold takes moisture out of your latex, and that's what forms your thickness in your latex, and it could eventually compromise your latex from dwelling properly. So I try to steer away from that kind of stuff. That's just stuff to keep in mind when you do it. Yeah. So right now it's just a bunch of little cleanup stuff, and I don't want to bore you guys. I know I've done pray. You always pray over there with a bored to death already. So tomorrow I will clean this up and I will fix that crack in my mold. Which is, if that's the only problem I have, then I'm happy. I mean, I'd be happier if it didn't happen, but I'm happy if that's all the issues that I have with the mold. I will get this finished, cleaned up tomorrow, washed out, and we'll put some daggone latex in there and see what happens. And so now I got to clean up a mess. All right, guys, we appreciate you watching, sticking around this late in the evening, especially on a Sunday. And we appreciate all the support that you give us. That's myself, Cobwebs and Candlesticks, and Dave at the Weird Kid Show. And of course, Art Lady Blunzer. Go check out her stuff. And anybody else that put your site up there that I didn't get to, and I apologize. I didn't get to interact with you as much as I wanted to. But with that being said, we appreciate you guys coming on, and we'll see you. Maybe we'll do another live tomorrow just to see how this thing's turned out, because I'm sure you guys are curious of what the latex, the ending of it looks like. So maybe tomorrow or the next day, depends on kind of what we got on since it's Monday. Anyway, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Keep it creepy.